Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video we are going to understand how to create AITable.ai record for new WordPress post. So are you also regularly posting on your WordPress account? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm managing the content creation for a marketing agency and we regularly post on WordPress. So now what I want is that as soon as we made a new post in our WordPress account, automatically with the help of these same post details, a new record should be created in my AITable.ai too, so that I can create all the records of my posts in a single table. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between WordPress and AITable.ai. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to create AITable.ai record for new WordPress posts. So as you know that I manage content creation for a marketing agency and we publish multiple blog posts on our WordPress site every week. So to streamline our content management process, what I want is that as soon as a new post is published in my WordPress account, automatically with the help of the same post details, a new record should be created in my AITable.ai too. So this setup helps us to track and manage our content more efficiently, and by automating this process we can save time and ensure our content data is always up to date and easily accessible. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here, and as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly, but in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as this: how to create AITable.ai record for new WordPress post. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application to start with the automation. So for the trigger application, I'm going to select it as WordPress because I want that as soon as a new post is published in my WordPress account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new post published, and as soon as we are going to select this, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our WordPress account and our Pabbly's workflow. So what we have to do is we are going to first copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text in order to create a connection. So to do this, we are going to open our WordPress account, and as you can see that this is my WordPress account and I've already logged in it. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. And now what we have to do is from the left sidebar we are going to look for plugins, and as you can see plugins, so we are going to open this, and as soon as we are going to open the plugins, you can see all the plugins that I've already added in my WordPress account. So you have to add a plugin right over here which is VP Webhooks, but I've already added my plugin. If you want to add, you can click on this add new plugin button right over here, and then you have to search for VP Webhooks in this add plugin option right over here for search plugins, and then you have to install that same plugin and activate that plugin. But I've already installed that plugin, so I'm going to open that same over here. I'm going to search for VP Webhooks, so I'm going to look for it, and as you can see that I've already installed this VP Webhooks plugin right over here. And as we have installed this, so directly we can go on settings, and as soon as we are going to go on settings, you can see VP Webhooks right over here too. So because I've installed this plugin, that's why it is showing me right over here. So we have to open this VP Webhooks right from here, and as soon as we are going to open this VP Webhooks, we have to go on send data, and as soon as we are going to go on send data, you can see that over here our many trigger events. So I'm going to select it as post created because we are going to create this automation for same. So from the left side bar, we have selected post created. And over here, you can see the webhook URL that I've already attached with this post created. So I'm going to add a new webhook URL. For that, we are going to click on add webhook URL. And now it is asking me for the webhook names. So I'm going to name it as AITable.ai record. And now for the webhook URL, we are going to paste this same webhook URL we copied from our workflow. So I'm going to paste this webhook URL right over here. And after doing this, we are going to click on add for post created. And as soon as we are going to click on this add for post created, you can see that we have successfully added a new webhook URL right over here, AITable.ai record. So now after doing this, we are going to go on this three dots and then settings. And now after opening settings, you can see webhook URL, webhook trigger name. Over here, you can see the webhook technical name. And now after doing this, it is saying trigger on selected post type. So we are going to select it as post right over here. And now it is saying trigger on initial post status change. So I'm going to select it as published because I want that as soon as a new post is published on my WordPress account, automatically the details of that post should be sent to my workflow. So that's why we have select post right over here and publish right over here. And after doing this, we are going to click on save settings. And as soon as we are going to click on save settings right over here, you can see settings saved. So yes, with this, we have successfully created a connection between our WordPress account and our Pabbly's workflow. And over here, you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response. And in the notes, it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do this test submission, I'm going to open my WordPress account again. And we have to go on the left sidebar again. And then we are going to go on post. And we are going to do a new post. So for that, we are going to create a new post right over here. So for that, I'm going to click on add new post right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on add new post, it is asking me for the post title and the content. So I want the post title to be the latest content marketing trends every agency should know. And over here for the post content, I want it to be. So now after entering the post content and the title, we are going to click on publish right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on publish, you can see that we have successfully published this post. And yes, we have successfully did the test submission too. And now what has happened is that WordPress has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. Pabbly has captured the response of the test submission. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of the same post and the test submission made. So I'm going to open my workflow and yes, you can see response A captured. Yes, our workflow has captured the response of the test submission made. Over here, you can see the post link. We are going to move on forward. You can see all the details. You can see the post title. We're going to move on forward and look for the post content too. I'm going to scroll down and as you can see over here is the post content. So this is the content that we entered. So yes, we have successfully did the test submission and we have successfully set it up our trigger. And now we are going to move on to our action step. So for our action application, I'm going to select it as AITable.ai. For that, I'm going to search for AITable.ai right over here as my action application. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a record. And then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your AITable.ai account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection. Over here, it is asking me for the token. So to get this token, we are going to read the help text and it is saying enter the API token here. To obtain the API token, log into your AI.table.ai account, tap on the profile on the lower left corner, go to my settings and then click on developers section. So you have to do the same. I'm going to open my AITable.ai account and over here you can see this my account. From here we have to go on this profile picture and now from here we have to go on my settings. And as soon as we are going to open my settings, we have to go on developer and as you can see over here is my API key. So I'm going to copy this API key right from here. If you wish, you can definitely regenerate a new token also. So I'm going to copy this only and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, you can see that we have successfully connected connected our AITable.ai account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the space. So I'm going to select my space. It is asking me for the data sheet. So I'm going to select it as new post, because as you can see, this is my data sheet, which is new post, where I've added the columns of post title, URL, and the published date, and also the status. So I've selected this same right over here. And as soon as we're going to select data sheet as new post, you can see post title, URL, publication date, and the status. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our AITable.ai, and now it is asking me for the post title. So we're going to map the post title. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected WordPress as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new post published in my WordPress account. So I'm going to give you an example that over here it is asking me for the post title. So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the post title as XYZ right over here manually. Then this will not change with every new post published, because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if you are going to map it from the previous response, suppose I'm going to search for title right over here, and as you can see the title. So if you are going to map it from the previous response, then yes, this will definitely change, because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the URL. So we are going to map the post URL right over here. So I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the publication date. So we are going to map the date too. I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the date, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the status. So we are going to map the status also. I'm going to search for status right over here, and as you can see published, so we are going to map it. And after mapping all of this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, you can see that we have received a positive response. This means that we have successfully created a new record in our AITable.ai account. So I'm going to open my AITable.ai account and check for the new record created. And yes, you can see a new record has been created. Over here, you can see the post title, the URL, the publication date, and the status. So I'm going to open this URL and check that if this is the same post or not. So I'm going to open this URL right from here. And yes, you can see that this is the same post that we created as the test submission in our WordPress account. You can see the same post content also. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I am going to give you a real-time example. So what we are going to do is we are going to open our WordPress account and we are going to do another test submission. So I'm going to click on add new post again, and we are going to again enter the new title and the post content, and we are going to do another test submission to check our workflow. So for the post title, I want it to be mastering social media strategies for maximum impact, and then for the post content, I want it to be this. Over here you can see the post content that I have entered, and now after entering both the title and the content, we are going to click on publish. And as soon as we are going to click on publish right over here, this means that again we have successfully did another test submission. And yes, you can see that we have successfully published this post. Over here I'm going to open the post URL to check for the post published, and yes, you can see that this is the post published. So yes, with this we have successfully did the test submission, and this means that WordPress has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new record in our AITable.ai. So I'm going to open my AITable.ai and check for the new record created. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I will directly open my AITable.ai account right from here and check for the new record created. And yes, you can see a new record created. Over here you can see the post title, mastering social media strategies for maximum impact. Over here you can see the post URL. I'm going to open this URL to check that is it the same post or not. And yes, you can see that this is the same post that we did in our test submission. And over here you can see the rest of the details, the date and the status too. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application we selected WordPress, and then for the trigger event we selected new post published. For the action application we selected AITable.ai, and then for the action event we selected create a record, because I wanted that as soon as a new post post is published in my WordPress account, automatically with the help of the same post details, a new record should be created in my AITable.ai too. So this setup helps us to track and manage our content more efficiently, allowing us to monitor the post performance. And also by automating this process, we can save time and ensure that our content data is always up to date and easily accessible. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the 2 records I created during this video with the help of my workflow, and I published these same posts right over here in my WordPress account too. And yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for the reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.